Okay, welcome back. In the previous lesson, we rigged our character, we connected the controller layers to the vector layers, and in this lesson, we're going to make the character move. So let's go on the top and get our reference image, bring it on top of the thing, hit S to just scale it a lot. Maybe a little hard since the quality is brought down, but it's okay. You can also get your own reference image if you're not happy with this one. But essentially we're going to copy every movement this image has. Let me try to make it bigger since we can see the outline. Lower the opacity and just hit S again to make it the same size. Mind the ground. Okay, let's bring some of the opacity back. Alright, lock this in place. And now we're just going to copy the movements of this character. Move in closer. Let's start with the foot. We already have a line, so you don't need to put a ruler. Hit P on foot, and we're going to just zoom in and bring it at the same spot. So this is a starting point, and for the reference image, the starting point, both the foots are in one place. So let's copy that. Make sure they're on the floor. You can look at these little circle thingies. The hand, not sure about the hand. Let's bring the opacity back to full. Okay, so the back needs to go downwards. Let's select body and move it down so he's kind of bending like that. Let's bring the opacity back. Okay. The body is in the right spot. For the hands, it's supposed to be like this. The quality is really low, we can barely tell. Let's just bring it to the side. Hit S. And we'll just look at it from here. Okay, let's make a mask for this image. So I only get these. Get your rectangle tool and just get these guys. We don't need the top. Okay, now I will only see these. Move it up here. So we brought the body down, which causes the butt to come down because that's how it is. He's kind of squatting down, ready to make his shot. The foots are in one line, so I need to bring this guy, this one a bit forward, perhaps the front leg a bit backward. Okay. Then we need to look at the hand. They're all at a 90-degree angle. If you know how to play basketball, this shouldn't be that hard for you. So let's just bend the arms like that. Don't mind the ball right now. We'll fix the ball later. Same thing goes for the other arm. So just bring it here because you use two arms to grab the ball. So just bring that one here. And this is the starting point for our character. We just bring the ball. For reference, the ball needs to go on top of the right hand. We'll fix that later. I'm going to turn off ball. So this is the first position. The character's like that. We can also work with the head, but I suggest working with the limbs first and then making your way up for the head and the ball. So let's hit P on all of these layers. Close the basketball layer. And we can go ahead and turn on the stopwatch. So this is the original, the first position. Move in a few frames. And now we can move on to the next look. So for the next frame, let's have a look. The body rises up. So go to body. Also hit P on body. Forgot to make a keyframe for body. Move in a few frames. We can also hit R and rotate it upward. Here it was leaning forward. Now it's leaning backwards. So just lean it backward. And have a look. Okay. We can make a keyframe here. Go in the beginning and make 0. So first he was like this, then he's going to rotate backwards because he's about to make a jump. Okay, the legs stay the same, so go on the leg layers and just make a keyframe. On the hand, they rise upwards. So it's this way now. Let's zoom in. Hand L, let's bring it in like that. Let me have a look. Similar enough. The front hand is like this. The back hand needs to go a bit forward. So bring the front arm like that. The back hand, we want it to kind of show up on the other side, something like that. Next frame, we're going to make the body come down. So go on body, hit U on body so you get position and rotation. Let's go back a frame and position this here. Moving forward. Let's bring the body down. He's ready to jump. Move it downwards. And if you see that your arms are staying up there, it means that your limbs are not connected to the body. We want to make the body straight, so just make it go backwards. Okay. Hand, it's going up now, about to shoot the ball, so just go up like that. The other hand, I want to make it go up like that too. It's like he's praying almost. And the ball is going to cover up the hand for the right hand, so don't worry about it too much. Just want to make sure that the front arm is doing okay. So bring the front arm a little higher compared to the other arm. And the left and right foot, they stay the same. Nothing changed much for those. Next frame, he's almost standing. So we're going to move the body up again. Go to body and go on the Y value and make him lose the bending on the legs, the knees, something like that. The rotation is going even further, although he's not fully standing, so just make a keyframe like that. Our hand is going to, let's see, this is our fourth one. We need to work with this. The hand, we could make it go up a little bit more, higher. Just bring it here. The other hand, that's the foot. Get the right hand and just follow along. Make another keyframe for the foot. Nothing's changing with the foot for now until he's jumping. Okay, frame 5. He's going to grow even taller. So go to body. We're going to move it upwards. So that's downwards. Make him lose the bend on the knees even more. And now his arms are going to be straight. The rotation, we could make his body straight. Just bring it back like that. For his hand, we want it to go up. Let me move this guy a bit higher, can't really see. This is the frame we're working with. So it's going to move up, I guess higher than that. Okay. The other hand is going to follow. All right, and the foot is still going to look the same. Make a keyframe, next frame. Just hit P on this. So we are on frame 6. Let me just check something real quick. So we're on the part where he is about to jump up. Bring it. Right here, this is what we're working with. Go to body, make it completely straight. We do not want the knees to bend as much, so just bring it higher. We have a little bit of bending, but it's not that much. As for rotation, we're going even further to make him straight. The hand is up, so follow that, up. The other hand also goes up. Not fully straight, there's still a little bit of bend in there. So now, this is what our character looks like. It was like that, and he's just about to make a shot. Next frame, although we forgot to make the foot keyframes, don't forget that. The next frame, he's going to move his foot up. So we need to, let me first bring this here so we don't get confused. His foot is going to kind of lift from the floor. So first bring the body up until the foot is standing. See, lift it up a bit. Rotation, he can go back like that. Hand R is going to be completely straight. Just straight up like that. The left hand follows like that. He has shot the ball like that. As for the leg, we need to work with the rotation. Position, just make a keyframe. Actually, let's move them up a bit. Move the leg up a little bit. That's the wrong one. Still need that keyframe. Just make a keyframe for this, it's not that big of a deal. The next foot, which is the one behind it, if I'm not mistaken, goes upwards. Try to meet the heel with the other leg. And then we're going to hit R on the foot layers and first make a keyframe on this one too. And then just move them back. So until the previous keyframe, they're going to stay in the angle that they are. But in this keyframe, in this frame where he's jumping, the rotation is going to be downwards. So he's standing on his tippy toes. The next one, add that like that. Okay, so let's go back, have a look at the foot, looking good. And we have 2 more frames to work with. Skip this here. Now he's kind of like arching backwards. So move in a few frames. Get the body. The position is fine. We could just make him go a little bit higher because he's jumping now. Rotation, arch him backwards. You can see it's a little bit of arch. The hands, we're going to make them, this is the back hand, so the back hand actually goes forward. The front hand goes backwards. You can see here it's that motion. This is where the ball is going to make its way there. the foot, we're going to, let's see, bring it upward so there's like a little bit of bend in here, and that's going to help with the arch. So get the foot layer and just bring it up. Oops, we're working with rotation right now. Hit P. And we want to work with them one by one. So this one comes in like that. And for the X value, we're going to bring it backwards. Do the same thing for the other foot. It comes backwards and it goes up a bit. Then select both, hit R, and we just want to make them rotate forward. Do the same thing for this. Hit Fit. Okay, and in the final scene, the final frame, is going to really arch. So let's hit P on the foot and for zoom in. We're going to bring his foot higher because he's literally jumping in the air right now. Bring it more forward because he's going to arch back. Bring it forward and do the same thing with the other leg. Hit R on the foot L, rotate it forward. Hit R on the other foot, do the same thing. So that's the foot. For the hand, let's have a look at the reference. So it's going to move that way. The back hand is going to move forward. The back hand is our right hand. I'm going to make it move a little bit down. He already threw the ball, so this is just like an after pose for that. And then we have the body, which we're going to make it go even higher. This is the highest point. As for rotation, I just want to make him go back. Add a little bit of arch. Hit N. Let's have a look at our character throwing his ball. So there's our character. He's throwing the ball like that. And if we make it faster, because he's kind of having pauses, want to make this faster. So select all of these keyframes. Let's hit U on both of the foot layers. We want to see all the keyframes. We didn't rotate the hand. Yeah, we didn't rotate the hand, just hit U on them. To open up the active keyframes, select everything that has keyframes, come down, hold down Alt or Option, and get the bottom right. Just squeeze in everything. Let's try 1 second. See how that works. Hit N there. Should be faster right now. Okay, now he's a lot faster and he's just throwing the ball. You could go over the keyframes and fix a few things, but I'm going to stick with this. It's all good. We do have a problem with the hip that I'm not liking. Around here, we see the hip kind of come this way. It's kind of weird. Let's hit P. And let's see, what can we do? Yeah, we could rotate it so it looks like that. Turn on a keyframe and it's okay here. And it's okay here. So it just rotates like that. Stays that way. Let's hit F9 on all of these keyframes. Again, you could go back and change a few things. Select all the keyframes out of Bezier, come back, hit to fit. So he's just throwing the ball, about to make his jump, and for us, we want him to make make the jump and then go back to normal. So he's just looking at how the ball transferred into the hoop, and we're going to do that in the next lesson. But you saw how easily we used Duik Basel to create a complex movement, something that isn't quite a cycle, because after you make your shot into the hoop, you're not going to continuously do that. There's one ball. So This is how you make complex movements. This can also apply to the bike ride. If you want to make your character ride a bike, you could just make rigs like that, controller layers, and do that. I didn't really show the bike ride with Yggdrasil because it's really simple. Just gotta follow the angles 4 times and make a loop. But this one is a bit more complex, so learning this is a lot more helpful. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson where we will continue the movement, make him come back down and just look at how he made his shot. I'll see you guys in the next lesson.